It is Fairy Grace, and honestly, I rarely am a clown. It's just that apparently when I'm a clown, I'm inspired to do YouTube videos. So today when I went in, it was for a nursing home. It was for their carnival day, which is very common for nursing homes to do carnival day themes. So hence, who would you do? Well, who would you do? That's not in this one. So what would you do? You'd call someone to be a clown. So as I'm going there and I have my clown gear on and I'm walking in, and I haven't been a clown in a while, so I forgot that some people hate clowns. Okay, so I'm going in and I'm just trying to smile and just be nice and friendly like these people, like they're in a nursing home. And the people that work there, it's a lot mentally and physically. So as I'm approaching my destination of where the carnival room is, there's a lady staring me down. And then when she's close enough that I can hear her, she's murmuring how much she doesn't like me. And then she does one of these and she's like, I can't even look at you. Okay, so like, I get it. Clown is not for everyone. I scare myself probably if I walked in a room and forgot I had this on. But it honestly put me in a bad mood, like instantaneously. Like, how are you just gonna come to me, stare me down in a hallway, and then run your mouth about me? Well, of course, I can't say anything back, but my personality might want to, in a joking way, sarcastic way. And now I have to go perform for 2 hours, and I'm thinking, as I'm now, making my way through a sea of people, I have lost my self-confidence and I'm irritated. And that's not the attitude you go into when someone hires you to be a clown. But I couldn't shake it. So maybe you have experienced someone just staring you down while you're minding your own business, trying to be a nice, good person. And then when they get in distance of you being able to hear, by the time they get to where you can hear their audible voice, they run their mouth about you and then continue to go on. And you can't say anything, maybe because it's your profession, maybe because it's your mom. I'm just kidding. Or because you just don't have a mean heart. So what ended up happening is when I got to my destination where I had to perform for 2 hours making balloons and making people feel encouraged and special and one of a kind and loved on, I was sitting there fuming. Well, thank God I didn't have to sit there and spew any longer, because what happened was this vendor that was there came up to me, acted like she was my biggest fan, and she's like, oh my gosh, you are so cute, look at you, you're like a little fairy Tinkerbell clown. Oddly enough, I am fairy, but I didn't say anything. And I said, well, thank you. And then next thing I know, there was worker after worker, and they're all murmuring, and they're all like, go look at her, she's so cute, look at the great things she's about to do. Because I had like some display stuff as I'm still fuming. And as I'm hearing this, I'm thinking, wow, the power of our words. So the Bible even says the tongue has the power to speak life or death. So when you are speaking, whether you realize someone's listening, they're in earshot or not, it's still going out in the atmosphere. It's still being received in some way, whether you realize it or not. You set the atmosphere by your word, which then make people have feelings, which then all of it starts piling on top of each other, how you get an atmosphere of a room and if you like someone. So speak life to people. Go up to people like these women did, these workers did, just raving and going on. And then it was funny because they then thanked me of how I made each resident feel. My mission was accomplished. What I was hired for, what I was paid good money to do with what I love to do and the talent that I have, mission accomplished. But what if I would have let that one person plant that seed and let it grow and let it fester for the rest of the 2 hours? It probably could have happened, and I maybe had to battle it, but people could still know it. So be that person, like that lady that greeted me like she was my biggest fan. And the end of the night, or the end of the day, when I was done with my 2 hours, all the workers were taking turns taking pictures with me in the circus photo booth, raving and thanking me. And I was just so gracious, I would bow down and say, you're welcome, my queen, and give princess wands and stuff like that. So be that change. Don't stare someone down today because you don't like the way they look, or they're not the type of person that you think is acceptable to be breathing. But be that person that treats even the stranger like you're their biggest fan. I'm Fairy Grace, and you're amazing.